What's going on, YouTube? This is What Would Josh Do, and I want to go ahead and start this video out by saying I'm sorry. I'm playing with white balance, exposure, all these different settings, trying to make this video look as good as possible, and this looks pretty white, and you can read things and see stuff, so I'm trying to get the best video quality possible. Like, here's the box, and if I look at it in person, it looks very similar to how you're watching it in the video, I'm assuming. So I I'm not an expert at this, so I don't have the highest quality videos out there. I do want to apologize about that, but I'm going to definitely work with what I have. This is officially my first impressions of the Samsung Galaxy Note 5. I'm on my third day of having this thing. I charged it up when I first got it because it was completely dead, and then I charged it yesterday after it almost died again. And I will show you the battery life I got from my first try. Okay, so I was at 13% and I had 3 hours and 13 minutes remaining. And it shows on the next one that I had 1 day, 2 hours, 37 minutes since it was unplugged. Now, I didn't use it a crazy ton, like whole lot, so I only had 2 hours and 30 minutes of screen on time, but I was pretty happy with it. And right now my battery is at 87%. I'm going to tell you that I haven't played with it a whole ton, so today I've been doing other things, but I've got 24 hours and 5 minutes remaining, and it even tells you estimated how much you're going to get on ultra power saving mode, which is pretty awesome. And then if you want to look at more detail, you just hit battery usage, and then you can see that I've been on it for 6 hours, 20 minutes, and my screen on time is going to be probably, I want to say 30 minutes. It's not even, I don't even see it in here as something to choose, but I probably only have 30 to 45 minutes of screen on time today because I haven't been using it a whole lot, as I said. But so far, I'm happy with the battery life. A lot of the other reviews so far on this thing from big companies have said the battery life is impressive, despite the fact that as a smaller battery. I like that the S Pen is now like a push button thing, and it pops up a little thing of stuff you can do. Like you can write on S Note, you can take a screenshot, and you can write on it and go, this is what I want you to see from the screenshot, and make a little arrow, and there's the battery setting right there. And I added that in there, by the way. And then I can go ahead and erase that, undo it, or I can share it, save it in my gallery, etc. I think that's a really cool option because if you take a screenshot, there's a lot of information on your phone, and that's going to help you pinpoint exactly what it is you're trying to show people in that screenshot. I like that. And you can, of course, choose a whole bunch of different things, make the pin a lot bigger. This is what a note is all about. This is why a note is awesome. You can take notes, jot stuff down, share your ideas. It is awesome. And then to erase stuff, it's super easy. Just swipe across. You don't have to keep tapping on it. But I'm going to go ahead and discard that because I don't need to do that. And also, while your pin's out, you see this little thing here, and you can go ahead and do action memo, smart select, like take a screenshot of just a certain portion of your phone and then write in that and do stuff, change it around. It's just, there's a lot of different things you can do. So the pin is cool. Honestly, it's something I think I could count on both hands how many times I pulled that out of my Note 4. So I'm going to try to get more into using it, but yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. I took a picture when I was at IHOP the other day, and the camera on this thing seems quite impressive. You've got tons of different options. You can record in 60 frames per second, which is very nice, or you can go all the way up to 4K. So very high resolution, and it tells you right here everything you're going to lose. I don't know if you're just going to lose digital video stabilization. If it has it in the hardware, it shouldn't matter what setting it's on. It'll just work, out of the box right away. But yeah, so if you put it on this one right here, you're going to get the video stabilization and all the features. You won't lose anything, but if you crank it up to 60 frames per second or 4K, you're going to lose some things, and it makes it clear on what you're going to lose right down there. There hasn't been a hint of lag. This thing is quite responsive. I can quickly swipe between apps and close stuff out. These little icons are for multi-window if you're into that sort of thing. I don't really use multi-window. It's just something I play with when I'm trying to show people, but I don't I don't really use it too much, and it tells you right there what apps are, and you can even like swipe down from the side, and then there you go, and you can make it a little tiny bubble, and you can do that with all the apps that are supported. So they're just kind of like over here, and I can open up Instagram, and that picture I posted. I'm not used to getting that many likes on a picture. That's crazy. Thank you guys so much for all of your comments and feedback and everything. So I really appreciate that. If you're not following me on my Instagram, please do so. I post pictures on there all the time. So this isn't a supported app, so it's not going to do that little thing. But Instagram may update it someday to support that. So you're just going to press on it, and then you can make it full screen. Or what you can do is, when we get it to go this way, we can go ahead and close it out. Oh, yeah, and you can move it around like this. And yeah, so let's go ahead and just close that out. All right, so multi-window is really cool, but again, it's to me it's more of a toy. I try not to get myself so used to something that if I go to a Motorola phone or an HTC phone or a pure Google Nexus device, I'm like, oh, how do I operate without this feature? I don't know. I really like what they've done with the fingerprint scanner. It's super easy to just unlock it, and bam, there it is. Everything's just freaking awesome. So far I'm really enjoying this phone. As to whether it's like an upgrade from the Note 5, I would say purely in its like looks, yes, most definitely. It looks fantastic. I think it's a very sleek phone. It feels very sturdy. It's not made of plastic. It just feels like a really good phone. It does feel like if you drop it, you're going to cry. Lots and lots of tears. When I can't afford SquareTrade, I'm gonna get SquareTrade on this sucker. I think it's like you pay like 99 bucks and you got warranty for 2 years, and if you or 3 years, if you drop it, break it, they'll fix the screen. They'll do whatever they have. I have SquareTrade on my Nexus 6, my M9, my S6 that I used to have. I have SquareTrade on all my phones. I'm gonna get SquareTrade on this because these are very expensive phones and you want to protect them. I will have a link in the description to SquareTrade, or you can just type bit.ly/get SquareTrade. Capitalization does matter. It is up on the screen. If you use that link, it'll let them know that I sent you. So yeah, I definitely am going to get SquareTrade on this thing, and then I can walk around without a case, and if I do drop it, if I do break it, I can just call up SquareTrade and get either it fixed or a replacement. Enough about that though. I don't have a whole lot to say. I'm going to go ahead and show you a picture. Let's go back. I do want to apologize. I get off track really easily. If you are used to my videos and if you've been watching me for a while, you know that. Back to the camera. I took a picture while we were at IHOP, and I'll go ahead and put that up now. I think it looks fantastic. The camera on this thing is superb. But then again, Samsung's been known to have very good cameras in there. And that front camera records in beyond HD. It's not 4K, it's like 2K, but it records beyond 1080p, and the back camera records 4K. There's so many different options. There's YouTube live streaming. Of course, I still can't get that to work. I don't know if they're going to need to push out an update that lets that happen, but it just keeps wanting me to sign in, and it won't ever let me fully sign in. So I don't know what's going on there. One thing that I didn't like about my Note 4, well, I think it was the Note 4, was that the S Finder and Quick Connect were taking up a lot more of space. I think they've consolidated it, and honestly, with the way it is right now, I don't mind it. I don't need to install exposed framework and try to make the S Finder button up there and make it a lot cleaner than it is, because that's not bad. I don't mind that. But when it takes up more than half my screen, when I drag down my notification bar without having any notifications, that's a no-no. I can't deal with that. And you can scroll across to get to different modes. And if you want to change a setting, you can just long press on it and get in here and change stuff. That's about all I have for you today. This thing is definitely fast. Like I said, I don't think I notice a difference going between the Note 4 to this as far as how quickly apps open. I think we're at the point now where every upgrade is just going to be a slight, tiny little bump in just how fast it can go and things it can do and stuff. So there's really no hint of lag or anything, and I keep repeating myself. So don't think, oh, my phone has 3 gigs, this phone has 4 gigs, I have to get it. It'll do everything just as fast as the Note 4 will. But if you're someone that has to have the latest and greatest, and if you want the sleekest looking phone, this thing just looks very nice. And so far, I'm really enjoying it. I am going to order a fast charger for the wireless charging, but right now the one I used a zero limit quick charger actually, and I'm charging this thing up in just an hour. It's freaking awesome. In 1 hour, I get a full charge, and that full charge is lasting me over a day. So I have no complaints with the battery life so far, and then it takes just an hour to charge it back up. Yes, a removable battery would have been nicer, most definitely, but to get a design like this, they couldn't do it. It just wasn't possible. I definitely would not say, oh, it doesn't have a removable battery or an SD card slot, I'm not getting it. Don't do that. That's just, you're just basically, so many phones out there don't have removable storage, micro SD card slots, batteries that you can replace, and etc. But as you can see, I've got removable storage at a moment's notice on my keychain, and I can take this file, open recovery, and put it on my M9 here, and because that removable SD card is really hard to get out. You gotta take the case off, you gotta stick a little like thing to remove the SIM card and pull the SD card out, so it's a pain in the butt to get to. I much prefer just taking this little guy right here, and as soon as it says it's safe to remove it, go ahead and remove it, and then stick it in the bottom of this phone, and then copy that file over to this phone's internal storage. Say I take a 4K video, this does have a 4K camera, and I record, say I have data on this phone, but not on this phone. I can copy it over to this in just a minute or so, put it in the bottom of this phone, upload it using my connection. Say I have a camera, I can do the same thing. Say my camera has a full SD card, I could take this, plug it into the bottom of my Note 5, and plug an SD card in this thing, and upload that using my phone's internet. Removable storage isn't, like, gone. You still have plenty of options, and some as tiny as this that can fit on your keychain. And when you have car keys, you've got buttons to start your car, and buttons for this, and buttons for that. And this is a lot smaller than those. So don't short yourself by saying, oh, it doesn't have removable storage, I'm not buying it. There's tons of options. This thing even lets you hook up full USB things like a mouse, a keyboard, and stuff. I did a video on this little guy a while back, and I'll try to remember to link to it in the description. It's really cheap, and you can do so much with it. So far, I'm really enjoying this phone. It's a great phone. It's a nice upgrade from the Note 4, and I'm going to continue using it, and hopefully in a few days or so, I will give you a full review of this thing, and I'll do a comparison of the Note 4 and the Note 5, and letting you know officially then, hey, is the Note 5 worth upgrading from the Note 4, or should you skip it and wait for the Note 6? We're going to find all that out in a later video. So if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel already, please do so now. I will greatly appreciate it, and you will not miss any future videos of the Note 5, the Note 6, the M9, the M10, the Nexus the accessories, battery cases and other cases and all sorts of different things. And if you want to know when the next video is coming out, and if you want to stay in touch with me and stay in the know, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'll have a link to those in the description. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. This is What Would Josh Do, and I'm out.